Hello, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hi, thanks for stopping by, checking out my channel. My channel, it's all about crochet, a little bit about knitting, and a lot about yarn, and my journey in this fantastic yarny community. Returning subscribers, hey, thanks so much for coming and spending a little bit of your Wednesday with me for WIP Wednesday. And guys, I have one thing, well, actually, I have two things on my hook. But the one thing I showed you already, which is the little impish sweater that I'm doing for my grandson. So the only other thing I haven't shown you is my progress on the Haven Lite cardigan that I am doing in the alpaca millens that I got from Hirschner's. You guys, this yarn is all that and a bag of chips. It is gorgeous. This pattern is fabulous. And I know I've read some of the comments that said, be careful with the sizing. It says right in the pattern that there are 10 inches of positive ease on this sweater. It is an oversized cardigan. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Anyway, it is an oversized cardigan. 10 inches of positive ease is like going up almost a whole size. But if you read the instructions, it tells you, it basically goes off your bust size. So if your bust size is a large, then know that it's going to be fit really oversized. I was really afraid at the beginning that I would lose the ombre effect, but I didn't. And I've gotten to this point. I seamed for the shoulders, and we have our arm openings. This is all done in one piece. There's no seaming here. This was all flat out. And then you did a section for each end, and you did the middle section. And this is turning out fabulous. And this yarn this is going to be a fantastic cardigan for either my daughter-in-law or my granddaughter. They're going to have to fight over it. I don't know who's getting one. And now the sleeves are done, and I pulled off the darkest part of the cake so that the sleeves will be dark. And see, I have the exact same thing on this end for this sleeve. And the sleeves are made to be poofy. So here's the cuff here, and then you make the sleeves in the same pattern as the sweater. I think I've only got like 3 or 4 rows left to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, I have 4 more rows to go on this, and then you attach this sleeve, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side. And then there's a collar banding down the front, because when you started it, you put the band on the bottom already. So you just have to do the banding around the front. And I have the lighter, it'll start getting lighter from up here to do the front. Or I could pull from the center and do white. What should I do? Suggestions, please. Should I pull from the center and do the banding in the front in white so that it matches the banding at the bottom? Or should I keep going with the ombre and go the dark to light? Because I still have, and then after that, you have pockets to put on. So the pockets could come out down here in this color if I start from here, or the pockets could be dark against the light. See, decisions. What would you do if you were making this cardigan? Would you make the the band in the white and then make the pockets dark, or the opposite? Let me know what you think. I'm leaning towards making the band white and the pockets dark, but tell me what you think. Should I keep going with the ombre top to bottom? This is, I'm making a size large, so this is never going to fit me. So when I'm done with it, you're just gonna have to see it on my mannequin. But you can see how wide this is, that this is a large. And if you look at the pictures in her, on her page, on her blog, and this is a design from Ashley at Cactus and Lace Designs. It's free on her blog, or you can buy the PDF. Her patterns are really very well written. I do not have an issue with them. There are some patterns that I still have, trouble getting past, obviously, multivalence. But this one is very well written. It's very well explained on the blog. I didn't buy the PDF. There's pictures that show you where things need to go. Very, very thorough without being over wordy. And sometimes that's where patterns get me, when they over explain or use way too many words for what they're trying to get through. So anyway, a few more rows on this, and I'll have one of the sleeves done, and then I'll have the other sleeve to do, attach it and put on the pockets and the collar, and this is done. And if I could sit and get this, my full attention, as fast as this goes, you could have this done in a week. I am using my 5.5 millimeter dots hook that I got from Nancy. She's got yarn too. Hi, Nancy. And I love these hooks for this yarn. I will say, let me put this out there for you that have this yarn. It does not frog easily. There's a couple of times I've made a mistake, and I found a mistake in this sleeve that I'm just going to have to recreate the mistake in the next sleeve, because I can't, it's just too hard to frog it, and I didn't catch it until I was 4 or 5 rows past it. There's a section, where did it go? Right here. This section right here, there's only supposed to be 2 rows of the extended half double crochet in the back loop only. I did 3. We'll be doing 3 when we get to this, because to frog this back down to here, it catches. If you can see, this yarn has so much of a halo, because that's the alpaca in it, I'm assuming. I'm not a yarn expert. I just know what I like. It sticks to itself so tightly. It's really, you can do it, but it's a booger. And I also wanted to point out a little something. I was watching you know how on YouTube they give you the suggestions new to you? This lady was a knitter for sure. But she said when she sews in ends, and I wish I could remember the name of her channel, because she had a really great voice and a really great accent. Anyway, she said when she sews in ends on halo-y fuzzy yarn, to always use a sharp needle. That way you're getting in between the fibers, and it's never going to come out, because it locks into itself. When you use a blunt needle, you can't actually get into the fibers. You're actually going around the stitches. But if you use a sharp needle, you're breaking through the fibers, and then the chances of your work coming apart where you're weaving in ends are significantly diminished, because you can break through the fibers with a pointy needle. So I did that. I am using a pointy needle when I sewed the seams up here on the shoulders. I used a pointy needle, and I will use the pointy needle when I finish sewing in all my ends. So, you know, now you know, shooting star. You know, if it works for you, if not, you know, some people don't like to use the pointy needles. Some people just prefer to use the, you know, the blunt end needles. But I think with this fuzzy yarn, it makes sense. So it locks in on itself. So that is my work in progress. I wanted to show you an update on the yarn I dyed. Remember a couple weeks ago, I dyed some purple yarn, and it just wasn't dark enough. And a lot of you suggested over dyeing it, dyeing it again. Well, I did that. Still not dark enough. I wanted this to be really a really dark purple, but the way this came out is I'll never be able to recreate this. This is definitely going to be a one of a kind. But you can see there's the blue in it that turned in, you know, some of the blues turned into it. And up in here, you can see some of the red from the purple that broke down. And underneath, you can see the purple that it was. You know, here's the purple that it was. But it just, and what I put in here when I over dyed it was violet, a little bit of red, a little bit of blue, and some black, hoping to darken it up. No, it broke apart. See how the blue here? And then there's some of the red. Never will I ever be able to recreate this, but this, I love this yarn. I think it turned out so pretty. I just have to find a really pretty pattern to do it. And then when I noticed that it wasn't working out quite how I wanted it to do, I ran and I grabbed one of my mini skeins and I made a mini skein. So it's basically, you can see the same thing. Here's some of the red. Here's some of the old purple. Here's some blue. And I'm like, okay, now I have a mini skein of it, sort of, because this one turned out way more blue than this one, because this was, you know, leftovers in the pot. But I enjoy the dyeing process. I think maybe this fall I might try moving beyond you know, Kool-Aid and food coloring, and maybe that I've seen some kits on Amazon that have like the basic colors, the acid dyes and the powders, and I'm thinking I might try it. I'm not gonna like go full blown and get every color in the rainbow and every shade and blah blah blah. I might start with a basic kit and see how it works and see if I can, you know, it'll just be for my consumption and for, you know, gifts and friends' consumption. But I love doing this. This yarn is the Swish Fingering from Knit Picks, and it is so soft. It's 100% superwash merino, but it's soft and squishy, and I really like it. So this back here, this one is reading way more gray than it really is, but it's very periwinkle, cornflower, bluish purple. And this has just got all the colors, the blues, the reds, the purples. You can't really see the black, but this definitely is a one of a kind. So guys, that's it. You know, adulting gets in the way sometimes. So I really didn't get a chance to do a whole lot in the last couple of days. Today, I'm hoping that I just have a quiet day where I can maybe sit out in my screen room and get some more crocheting done. The weather here has been so crazy. It is so humid in the morning, you cannot breathe outside, and then it rains all afternoon. Florida rainy season is really hard sometimes. I'm ready for it to be done with the rain. I need to spend some more time outside. I need to get in my pool, and I need to be able to sit in my screen room and crochet and enjoy the fresh air. I'm tired of being in air conditioning. So that's it, guys. I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a really good Wednesday. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Remember, take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the ones you love. But above all, be kind to everyone, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye.